Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Today we'll be discussing Ripple and XRP, among other cryptocurrencies and financial matters. So, with that out of the way, let's jump right in and get a few things out of the way. So, as we consider this market, I was just recently talking about Bitcoin, and I was discussing the possibility that Bitcoin may reach $20,000, which would be a tremendous opportunity. However, in light of the current market conditions, if you consider that all coins, including XRP, have only been ranging sideways here after having dipped down a bit, then you will see that this statement is accurate. I'm curious if we've been able to maintain a total cryptocurrency market capitalization of $1 trillion. And even now, we can witness a rise in the spread of fear, uncertainty, and doubt on Twitter. A tweet from WhaleWire, a well-known scammer in this sector, appeared not too long ago. But that's something we can discuss right now. Here's a snapshot from a video of Jim Cramer discussing treasuries from September of 2022, courtesy of Crypto Busy by Nancy Z. Fiedler. On the September 5th episode of CNBC with Jim Cramer, the topic will be hero stocks. There also doesn't appear to be a recent video discussing this topic on Mad Money. Please assist us in locating the internet video that this script was written for. CZ seems like a decent person. Despite my optimism, I will not be handling any of your keys or cryptocurrency. Not intended as financial guidance. And remember, this is only for the classroom. Before making any major life choices, you should always undertake your own independent research. And now, for some visual aids. And here we have Binance bull Jim Cramer. In this clip, which uses the identical graphic as before, Jim Cramer defends his decision to invest in 2-year government bonds during the past few days. In addition, we also have the phony news over here. Again, as we take a closer look, we can see that Binance is being compared to FTX. It's crazy that the market bottoms would be when the greatest FUD and anxiety are spread about SPF. Bottoms won't feel like bottoms, as I've said before. Even now, I believe that most market observers anticipate even further Bitcoin price declines, which will inevitably spread to the entire altcoin market. They all said September would be the worst month ever. And if you're like the rest of the sheep, that's probably how you think as well. Since I usually think differently than the majority, I am still holding some stable coins in reserve. I'm still holding positions from the end of November 2020 to the beginning of December 2021, but I've averaged into most of them by now. I see this as more of a 2020 development at this point, wouldn't you agree? After the 2020 crashes are observed. March 13, 2020, here we are. According to Forbes, the price of Bitcoin is expected to plummet in 2020. They talked about how Bitcoin could go even lower than it already had. Again, Yahoo Finance seems to be playing into the notion that cryptocurrencies are worse than equities right now by reporting that Bitcoin is plunging even more than stocks owing to coronavirus closures. Moreover, this other piece dates back to October 10th. And here we have this dead accurate indicator signaling massive fall across all of crypto doom and gloom publications. Mark that date on your calendars, because it's crucial to what I'm going to talk about in this video. The 10th of October, 2018. They were discussing the warning signs that indicate another Bitcoin crash is imminent. Furthermore, we have the same person arguing that Bitcoin's success puts a stop to the current crypto altcoin season. The author of both pieces is the same, and they were written around the 10th of October. Let's travel back in time to October 10th now. About the total value of all cryptocurrencies. The 10th of October, right here, right now. What's hilarious is look at this, This is the bottom of it. No new lows were observed. Just have a look at the results. The market as a whole experienced a tremendous increase in value. The overall market cap of all cryptocurrencies on ATX rose from there to here. The value of all cryptocurrencies has increased by about 800%. The irony here is that we never return to those stages. Moreover, this holds true even at the most gloomy period of the market's recent decline, around the time that FTX was imploding. those heights have never been witnessed again. It's actually rather humorous, too. The overall value of the cryptocurrency market. Take a look at how low we had to go to get a tap going. The market is currently testing the lows of June, or very close to them, and the candle bodies of the 2018 all-time high insane indicate this. That's why I think there's a chance we'll see a bit more of a downtrend around here so we can test the lows. From where we are now, a decrease of 4.5% would be considered significant. The lows in March make us wonder, though. Appears to be quite a bit of interest in this. Nonetheless, as I observe the current situation, I detect manipulation in the form of tweets, even bogus ones. This is purely for publicity. By the way, he's a crypto whale with many accounts and uses cryptocurrencies. This person uses emotional appeal as a means of attracting others. And when we consider everything that has occurred in and around this market for the last few years, it's laughable. Right. Because of this, I believe that many people are ignoring the true developments in the crypto space. I made a purchase for the year 2022. From the summer of 2022 through the winter months of 2022, I was an avid buyer. Since I fell just within that margin. This 2018 peak is below where we are right now, and it goes down to about this level. There has been a lot of positive press about XRP recently, and I'd like to share it with you. So, Sbi VC has been trading today. That's the Sbi VC, then. The same. People who are collaborating with Canavan. Rife's remittance solution, which makes use of XRP, was just announced today to be expanded to the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. This will allow for faster, cheaper, and more accessible international money transfers by increasing the company's global competitiveness. And now you can see a good representation of that right here. In addition to Tranquillo, Currency, and PHP all play significant roles in progress. It's a big deal that XRP will be used as a bridge currency by SBI, Remit SBI, VC Trading, and the Ripple network. Actually, at the time, I assumed this was rehashed information. It's about the same standard as what we've seen before. Simply said, it's a massive growth. They're expanding on this foundation. This is another example of a potential retail application for XRP, this time as a bridge currency. In the future, I believe it is very important to emphasize that these massive expansions, even through like Tranquillo, SBI, or any other major collaboration that Ripple does have where XRP is being employed, is enormous for XRP. Scrolling down reveals another perspective on this situation, one that clarifies not only the Ripple payments and international money transfer system, but also the relevance of XRP. This, however, sheds a lot of light on their intentions. And this reminds me, in a roundabout way, of that. I believe this essay will still be relevant in 2019. Even though I wrote this in July, the essay is still occupying free mental space in my head. In 2019, SBI has been a reliable partner for Ripple's. They stated that all banks in Japan will adopt Ripple and XRP by 2025. I wouldn't be shocked if this turned out to be true. But I can't say for sure when that will be. Most bizarre about this market is that we beat the institutions to it. Ripple has been growing rapidly outside of the United States for the past 2.5 years, but most of the retail sector is still waiting for it to arrive. They've also added more crypto and XRP-related products to their catalog. I envision a bright future for XRP as a result of all of this, plus the expanding number of use cases for the XRP ledger. And you know what's funny about this, right? When we look at this tweet, we see that I said exactly that, back when retail was barely here. I know that we want to purchase low, but why are we being so negative right now? Just as I have never claimed to have predicted a market bottom or a market peak, neither have I ever claimed to have predicted a market top. You should be well versed on the current state of the market. I'm talking about drawing parallels to the year 2020. Could something like this happen even if we entered the market at the worst possible time? In a word, yes. However, I fear that too many people are placing their money on it at the moment. At a time when, retail barely is here, I think too many people are currently so bearish. Constant and substantial growth is continuously being witnessed. In this industry, the most important item to pay attention to is utility. In the meanwhile, inside the area, since I believe that particular service is the way of the future. And, we're really here before the institutions, right? Like, the institutions are the ones talking extensively about these projects, but we're here first. And I almost forgot, Monica Long, am I right? She stated it most eloquently when she remarked, and I quote, "The past couple of years have been a real tipping point for institutional DeFi, meaning that even the largest banks are accepting this technology as the future, and that the banks of the past will soon be extinct if they don't adapt." Right. That's where I get the impression that SBI's CEO is getting at when he predicts widespread adoption of Ripple's XRP among Japanese financial institutions by 2025. Once again, we have no idea if the timelines will coincide. But if we take a closer look, I believe that banks have reached a critical juncture where they must adopt this technology or risk falling behind and eventually collapsing. In this economy, survival requires constant change. Also happening simultaneously is the manipulation of retail investors to liquidate their holdings. Bearishness is not warranted at this moment, in my opinion. Yes, that's just my own thought. But if you've been doing your homework, if you've been reading these documents, if you've been learning about the space, and if you've been taking a close look at the big names who are adopting this technology, you'll come around to their way of thinking as well. Just yesterday, I tweeted that I would be including a video in which I discuss the growing number of businesses using blockchain and DLT. These are the kinds of companies that you would recognize everywhere in the world. They're also household names that are worth trillions and move quadrillions of dollars every year. I have been absolutely unwavering in my belief that it is global financial and trading networks that keep the world spinning. Big changes are on the horizon, I believe, as we take a closer look at this area. Right? And I'm not talking about the cost here, I'm talking about the potential for widespread implementation. I'm also referring to implementations within the established framework. Tokenization is, of course, currently receiving a lot of attention. Even at SBI, right, with SBI VC, tokenization has been a major priority. XI Fin's work in trade finance was also highlighted for its similarities to digitalization and tokenization. And these are industries primed for disruption, like these markets outside of blockchain and DLT, where they would not have been able to, develop beyond the traditional ways, which is why this technology is becoming a major opportunity for these institutions right now. And, as Monica Leung herself warned, they will perish if they refuse to change. This is the honest truth. And it makes me very happy because, as we look at this market right now, we see that institutions are scarcely present. The retail industry is barely present in this sector. It's a huge deal that the retail sector can now race ahead of the institutional ones. Most folks just don't grasp the magnitude of this chance. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing with push notifications enabled. See you later, bye.